Hey guys, welcome to part one of No-Lorado. We're going to be covering Medano Pass in the first video, and just thank you guys for coming back, joining us for this one. And I laugh because we all pulled over to air down, and I remember when I first started doing these kind of trips, I would never air down for anything, and then once I started airing down, I realized what a difference it made. Just the truck ride so much smoother, you don't feel like you're getting beat up, and as Nori was keen to point out from Borderline Explorer, that you know, if you had a Jeep you probably wouldn't have to air down because it's designed for this. But that's what makes it so fun. You're doing something that the vehicle wasn't exactly 100% designed to do, so it keeps it interesting. So either way guys, we're going to wrap up airing down here, and John's going to stop and chat about my truck for a minute because he really into the 2021 redesign, and then we're going to get ready to head on up the pass.
The owner of No-Lo Designs, they make the skid plates. Actually, it's a one-man show. Ian makes the skid plates. Very beautiful car. He used to have the he had a similar Ridgeline, but it was before the redesign. You can see that good maximum clearances. So these are all kind of like the SUV type of ground clearance, SUV type of maximum clearances. All right, here we are, start of Medano Pass. Hey, can you push the theme?
Tell you what, this runs so much nicer. Yep. Yeah, this is the Colorado I was waiting for.
Trees. I think the Colorado you're waiting for is going to be Imaging Pass. That's going to be the experience right there.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet.
Something that I think sometimes goes unnoticed is when you're out by yourself, or you find yourself out with a couple buddies and you forgot to pack your radio, because I don't have a radio mounted on my Ridgeline, is just the general conversation on the trail is it's a good time. It makes the experience that much better. I mean, having good people is always a huge bonus, and that's something that was also underestimated until I really started doing this and getting some more equipment. But just the general trail talk and discussing lines and what you guys think and what you see while you're out there just really helps bring the whole experience to life.
And do you have a scan gauge too?
No, I have a manual gauge.
Oh, what's the reading?
Well, it says 180, but my AT light's on, so it's clearly not accurate. Either I have it coming out the wrong end, and it's coming out what's coming out of my coolers is what it's reading, or it's just off. But it's hard to say.
So here, while John is essentially interviewing Aaron as to why his pilot's overheated on this climb, myself and Nori and Alan from Borderline Explorer are actually hooking up the Gladiator to the front of the pilot to get it pulled to the top of the hill. And it's definitely something that we found is interesting. When you've got so many different vehicles on the trail, there's always it's always difficult to keep the pace that works well for each vehicle, because in this case, if Aaron could go maybe a little bit quicker, his transmission would have stayed cooler longer. And he's, you know, you get trapped in the middle with someone like myself with 9-speed, and I'm, you know, going 3 or 4 miles an hour, and the other guys are in low, so they're not too worried about it. It's just one of those things that happens, and we worked this out kind of as the trail, rather as the trip continued to grow. And we kept going from one trail to the next. We started figuring out what order to put people in. You know, this is going to be steep. Let's put a vehicle with low range in front. And so this was a really good trail from just a learning experience, because this was the first trail that all of us have hit together, and really one of the more fun trails, I think, of the whole trip. This one had a lot to offer, and it was really cool.
Right, it's rocky, but it's not as steep. Might have been easier. Hey man, you got that 3.5-inch lift kit. You're gonna find that stuff like that is nothing.
Yeah, I'm not used to playing with that. I've not wheeled with that kit much. It's
Yeah. So you'll find that you have a lot of clearance down there.
a lot more clearance than you think. Just finished our first pseudo steep climb. Man, Aaron had to get pulled up there with pilot overland, but it's all good. Getting it done. Surviving. Glad you're doing work. Mike Honcho's Honda cooling off over here, just like mine. Beautiful, beautiful trail. Really cool. What do I see here? Oh, it's John DZ performing his civil duties.
Being a good Samaritan.
Cooling down these first gens. There we go. Not super happy.
Ian, so
Yeah.
this temp, does it measure the transmission temp fluid or the actual transmission?
To my knowledge, the sensor's inside the trans.
Inside the transmission.
Yes, it's a fluid trans temp. It's the temperature of the fluid inside the trans.
Got it.
That's
Got
my
it.
understanding.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, I trust you because you're an engineer.
Alright, you're clear.
Yeah,
Want to give it
yeah.
a shot?
I'm sure
Oh.
Honda's got Aaron's going.
Let's listen in. I'm showing that we are not on trail. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, we're showing off trail.
Yep.
It's basically agreed with.
Just continue on that way.
That's split up 189.
Yeah, also basically we took an offshoot. So you know how we turn right? We should have kept left.
Yeah, it's that wide spot where we broke to the right and came over those rock shelves. That's basically we should have went straight.
So once we got turned around from our little misadventure there on our offshoot, we started going the right direction and heading over the rest of Medano Pass into the backside of Great Sand Dunes. And that was something new for me as well. This is kind of the first really, truly large trip that I've just taken on, and it was really cool to see how everybody came together and everybody had something for maps. It was either Gaia or what was it, OnX Off-Road, I think is the other one that's pretty popular. I even saw BF Goodwrench was coming out with a new one for trail apps. And so we got everything put back together and figured out which way we were headed and continued to make our way over the pass.
All right, we're continuing on. And we got Ian in front of us. We have Ian leading the pack. He has Gaia, I have Gaia. This will help us not get lost.
John adds a lot of comments about, making sure that we're, following each other correctly and keeping track of, where turns are. And those are things that seem like they would come naturally, but when you're in a new place and you're enjoying what you're looking at and you're taking in the scenery and you're driving and trying not to drive into stuff, it's definitely easy to not be paying attention to the person behind you and how far back they are, or if somebody gets a flat tire or, something breaks down. So it's pretty cool just to be reminded of that. I think that's a great trail etiquette, especially when you're doing group rides with people. And it's just a good reminder from John, most certainly. This is wild. We came out of the mountains and then it's just sand. Walk across this creek, just carrying away some sand. Unreal. Alright, so finished Medano Pass today, and super cool. Love the sand. It's pretty chill. Good trail. Definitely a good trail. Had a few issues. Had some of the older Gen 1s are a little lackluster on the gearing, but that's okay. That's why we have other people, we can pull them up. So, doing that, and right now I'm just cruising and wanted to record a little bit. maybe put it into some sort of video one day. And you know, we'll see. Flip the camera around, tracking behind old John DZ Adventuring here. Just taking in those beautiful, beautiful mountains. Over here.
All right, so Ian,
Yeah.
do you know why this is such a special moment?
No.
Because we have all these Hondas here. We have 4 Hondas.
We do.
And Nori would always make fun of me, like, you're the only Hondas on the trail, which was true for like 2 years.
Well, we are still the only Hondas on the trail.
It took everywhere across the nation to get how many Hondas together to go off-road.
So that's it for part 1. We camp and get ready to take on 10 Cup in the morning. So feel free to come back for part 2, and we're going to go after 10 Cup Pass. And just wanted to say thanks to John DZ Adventuring, Borderline Explorer, Honda Pilot Overland. We shared a lot of footage for this to make it happen, and it really gives a lot of unique perspective on even how these videos get edited together, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, be sure and come back.